Good morning, people. 0800 hours, 17 minutes, Monday, September 24th, 2018. Still coming off of my flu. All the symptoms are gone and the headaches there. Just got that cough. It's always that cough or that dizziness. Last year it was me being dizzy. This year it's that cough. That's the sucky part because usually I don't get coughs. I remember all my flu times. I remember my whole life in the sense. And when people say they don't remember, they just don't want to tell you a lot of things. So my 35 years of life is your life. Nobody can change or do nothing about your life. And you know what happened before we are born and after we die? You want to know the truth? We don't know. So for any one person to sit up here, that's why I say I always want to guide and challenge. This is like one day I decided for myself at a young age, at like the age of like 8, I wanted to be a type of person that at the end of the day, I will be okay with seeing me in 35 years. Like if I was like a lot of people I saw when they was younger, and they showed a video of Nicki Minaj talk like as a young lady. If that was her, she wanted to be a nurse. She wanted to really help people. She really is doing that. But a lot of things she said, she did not become. I remember when I was 8 years old, I wanted a Mercedes Benz. And I'm still working on that. And I know I said I always wanted to be a good man, which so far I have not let myself down. I wanted to love my family, treat my family well, treat people well. I added on some other things. I wanted to work towards new things in my life. I have done that so far. I'm working towards being a nurse now. That was not something I wanted. And that was why I probably used the Nikki thing because she said she wanted to be a nurse. She wanted to be like a doctor. She wanted to like help people in that way. She still can. I'm 35. I think she's 34. So she's right there. She's at the perfect age. Now with the finances she has, it's easy to pay for her own schooling and still do it and take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years to do that. She's she still got time. So that's still up to her. That's still up to you. Whatever in your life is up to you. I still know for me, there is a right and a right. There's a right and a wrong. There's a good and a bad. There's a positive and a negative. To me, I am positive. Outside of me, everything is negative. Because within positive, I can control. I can literally control if I want to pick this up or not. I can literally, if I want to, like the negative, I'm pushing it away. That's why it's negative. They say you don't have a dictionary to understand. I can literally open it up and say, what is marriage? The state of being married, wedlock, the act of marrying, or a ceremony entered into by a man and woman as they live together as husband and wife. And I'm not going to vary on that because in today's society, it's modernized and have changed. But I'm not going to go away that I learned what Ma and Pa is and the seed. See, now that's getting more detailed. I'm not gonna say, well, a man and a man or a train. Like, no, I'm not gonna get into all that. To get that's up to those two people. That's how they choose to live their life. And I always say crazy things to people. I always say the creator have jokes. Like if you ever read certain literature, and if you actually really pay attention, it's like we nothing is new that we see or do. It's old. Everything is pretty much old. It's just modified. That's all. So the information I received through the spirit always been to receive. I feel like I studied a lot of people that tried to just live their life, study, work. All they did was kill themselves. That's why and I tell young men and women, even for myself, when I get injured, I was like, I don't work. When I'm sick, I don't go to work sick. Because literally, if you have nobody, you are alone, but you're not by yourself. But who's really taking care of you? Nobody. It's it's unfortunate, but there's a good few in this world, regardless what type of person they are. They got people there for them, and you got to start learning your own lessons because we all want similar desires. We all have similar wants, but needs are a need. Try not drinking water for 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Yeah, we pretty much had the same outcome. Try not eating for 2 weeks, and pretty much had the same outcome. Like do a lot of things that we should be doing for our bodies, and this let's see the same outcome. See, I didn't take drugs during my sick. All I had was tea, and and I know it's gonna take me 4 days. I told everybody it's gonna take me 4 days. I started feeling sick on Thursday. I was telling the nurse that was on my side. I was like, "Watch, 4 days." And day four, only symptoms I have is the cough, and that's weird. With the flu or the fever came a cough afterwards. That's always weird to me. But that is the rest of the mucus that's in my body. So it was a Dr. CB. A lot of people believe they killed him, probably did. Talked about mucus. Another thing they talked about is your colon. So if you can rid of mucus, and it's things like Google how to get rid of mucus and start doing that and see how your body. And I've been trying to do that. Like I felt good for when I started ridding that mucus. I was riding my bike to work that 1 week. I finally got my energy. It wasn't even not because I was leaving certain foods alone because when you drink orange juice that created mucus, milk create mucus. That's like if you read, animals only feed their children milk up to 16 weeks of their life. So why at 35 am I, and I enjoy milk. So my example is I drink it because I like with cookies and milk and things that's sweet, like they got like a dessert, like cake, or like it's like anything like with syrup. So a lot of sweet things with milk. But what that do is create mucus. There's nothing nasty about drinking milk. People try to say, well, milk has pulse in it and everything. Well, our water filtration system has everything in it as well. And the guy tried to argue me. I was like, it still had feces in it, little particles of feces. It still ran through the same system. Did you know cold water is the cleanest water in your system? Because hot water, all it's doing is running it through a filter. It's not getting double checked. It's not getting cold. See, cold water is getting through a filter and it's got to get filled back cold again. You got water is going to naturally be the temperature. So if you're in the summer and you live in Florida, it's hard to get their water cold because it's a hot city. So in the pipes, it's going to be warm. So they can't get away their irrigation system. And even in Michigan, got a little flaw in it. And see, in Michigan, it's get cold too, but not as cold as the north. It's still somewhat north. It's still like northwest, kind of in the sense, or north. I was getting my directions wrong. And I learned a lot of things growing up, and somehow it's hard to remember. Cause I thought it was okay. I didn't need it. It's like not that you just walking out. So I want to tell the young men and women, take advice from older people. Take a lot of advice. Like that's counsel. That is wise counsel. I may not say a lot of the same things every time, but as you learn and get older, you start understanding a lot of things. I got a lot of knowledge up here compared to to you. I was like, you smarter than me. A lot of people smarter than you. A lot of people faster than you to get jump higher than you. But knowledge wise, they're not really outsmarting you. They doing it's because you got more money in life. That don't make you doing better than people. That don't show anything. Start listening to older people because a lot of things that they say, they have mostly experience than just, well, if you why would you listen to a person that business didn't make it compared to other business? Just as this is like the world, and I call it the world, is the earth. So part of life. It could be no weather report of a storm being there. This is a metaphor and literal. Then all of a sudden a storm appeared. Like, man, haven't been a storm here in 49 years. I was like, I know, but it came out of nowhere. You can't expect that. So what are you supposed to do? Do you just give in and say, well, there was supposed to be there was a storm. I might as well give up. But you wasn't expecting that. So sometimes a little experience and a little more knowledge goes a long way. Life is not as hard. You would hear cliches and dumb things like curses, but one cliche you would hear is it's a curse as well. It's easier to do bad than good. No, it's not. Since remember I was telling you about the last one, the lady was showing her son how to steal and never checked him. Never told his father. She even helped him hide it and do things. Well, he grew up. That was easier to be bad than to be good because that was garnering his mother attention and that was her helping ways. But if the mother had checked them and said no, so it's harder for me. And I thought about this, and in all honesty, I don't say parental advisory explicit because it's 2018. The TV is telling your daughter how to suck penises and your son how to eat coochie. You watching them, you letting them watch people that curse every single 2 seconds. So I'm not gonna say parental advisory. I think that's like the dumbest thing. I just say I can say 100. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna do all that. See, that sounds dumb. I was playing San Andreas. I was like, wow, like they really just mocked the whole race of people. We didn't even see that. If you pay attention to like everything that's going on, you'd be like, damn. And I feel I'm saddened because I know the plight of our people. This is just off the subject for one quick minute. It's black men, we're gonna be extinct. We think that small little ratio don't matter. It matters. Because as they keep uplifting the bad, and then we're not countering enough of good, when there's a black family, and there's 60 of you, and less than 10 make up the 60, so 6 of you. So imagine a lot of black families that's 60 and only have 6 people. That's not the stereotype, or that didn't fall into the stigma of stereo. Because we're not going to work with probable cause right here and say, well, probably they're going to change, which it does happen sometimes, and then sometimes it don't. And you keep adding on the bad with the bad and the good with the good. The bad is going to go up a little faster, because then it's going to create a higher number at a faster rate. Just like cop murders. So at a faster rate, we kill each other. At a faster rate, we go up, even though it's less of us. Well, more. And it's just through studies. But somehow we got this inclination. We're not going to all be affected. And I mean black people. I even mean dark-skinned people. I didn't know it was so many dark-skinned people in this world. But I didn't also know that so many dark-skinned people didn't like being dark-skinned. Like I knew it, but I didn't know all of them. And then if you look at relationships, I don't care about interracial. I started even looking at, so I was like Google, I would like Google dark-skinned people. And then dark-skinned people relationships. And I seen people I never seen. And they led me to their YouTubes and Facebooks and stuff. I was like, wow, they don't even want to be with light-skinned people or white people or people that's not a race, but that look like a Euro or Caucasus look. It didn't have an African strong bone structure. So when I look at people, I look at our bone structures, and I don't look at really lips, and I look at cheek, how this part of your cranium, how this part right here pokes out is bone structure. And I just say African descent no more because I have no idea what is African no more because we're mixing so much. Like a lady at the job had told me, I was telling you before, how she's saying dark skin with green eyes and blonde hair. I was like, cool. That's a, And it sounds funny when somebody said it because it sounds weird to you. Like, I'm like, that's a lot of colonization. She's like, uh-huh. I was like, what area you live in? She's Thai. Thailand. Thailand. In the area she grew up in, like New York, she's seen all that. I'm like, yeah, because they used to like just being with any and everybody. It had no structure. And if you look at structures of them, they're used to selling their daughters. Like, see, and that's the truth. But the beginning of history, they wasn't. If I knew, and if the spirit told me all of this, what we see now is not what happened in the beginning. He said, let the people know that. The ancestors was like, this is not what was happening. It's like black men, we was protecting black women. It's like, and I saying I had like a lot of visions and dreams. I'm gonna call them visions because they're not even dreams. I saying the men like with the women, we was gardening, protecting each other. And it was like even me, and I didn't talk a lot growing up because I would see a lot of things and people would thought it was weird. Just like I sound crazy saying certain things now, it sound crazy. I was like, we wasn't doing that. I was like, for the first the examples is in front of our face. World War One. I asked people who was in World War One. I said you didn't see a skin color this way. We was going through the other thing of trying to get free. They was fighting to keep us enslaved. The Confederate flag was the fight to keep us enslaved. And see, all my conversation always turned into this because I can't phantom one day walking down the street and be like, wow, you treated me fair. I actually got the job fair. See, I don't use the word equal either. In my 35 years of life, it'd be great. Oh, yeah. And it was about men and how I don't sugarcoat, how I don't say a certain word. I don't want to have parental advisory. When somebody, and so I had to use that because I was going to say something, but it just didn't come out. Because I do have a mind to understand. That's when you see that the spirit or my mind, because that's the spirit experience that I have. Like, no, don't say it like that. I had to find another way to say it. And then some people are not going to understand. I'm not here to reach thousands and thousands of people. I'm not even here, excuse me, just to reach you. To guide, to challenge your mind. Like if you look at all mine, like I'm not stereotypical. I'm not a stigma. I'm being who I am supposed to be. I don't enjoy traveling thousands of miles. Sometimes I just enjoy traveling 5-6 miles. See, that's nothing to people. That they say, well, you need to go challenge or enjoy other cultures. I was like, I barely know about mine. So doing that gonna do what? That serves me no purpose. And it sounds funny. And I joke around a lot. Some of my lives you might see me joke. A lot you won't. Just swallowed that by accident. But that's people going to see you as they see you. People are not going to see you as you really are. Because you can tell and show a person who you are all day. If they don't like you as they like other people, it don't matter. Young men, if the lady don't like that young girl don't like you, she don't like you. You can't change it. You don't have to keep being persistent. Move on. She said no. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your time. You don't got to keep calling her and asking her because you know, and this is not, and then this is the thing I want to tell. You will receive right away what you want, correct? You don't have to keep asking. Just like the creator, a guy said, you called on him, right? It didn't work for you. Why is you still doing the same thing over and over? But then there's a saying, if you're crazy is to keep doing over and over what don't work for you. So if you keep trying to do what don't work for you and you expect it to work, what do that make you? But then put this in your in-text. I don't say con, it's a trick. Your perception, your inception, you gonna keep doing it and use your life. Don't just use some stupid example like, well, relationship, I didn't do that. No. To build to grow as a man or a young woman, you could not possibly done the same thing you've done your whole life, have you? To get to where you at, huh? Just think. There's no. I'm gonna use everything. Your business, your life, how tall you. So imagine if you did all the same things, all the same way, all the same time. You think your life would have changed? So why would that change when it come to when you went to an interview and that person kept saying I like you, compared to you went to an interview, person just looking at you like what you here for? Why would you want to work here? Compared to, man, when you stood up and introduced yourself and they telling you after you got done speaking, I like you. They liked you already. It didn't matter. You didn't have to jump through a hoop. You didn't have to do all these things. They liked you, right? And that right there, if I can just tell you anything in life that you can hear me with, that's how it works. That's how it works. It's not hard. It's not great. It's only great is you. Because when you're going to be good at what you do, you just good at it. I ain't saying you got to be the best. Like, I watch basketball. LeBron can be called the best in the world. But I know there's other guys out there that can ball like ass off. They can ball. I'm not just only entertained by just LeBron. And I like LeBron. Like, I would pick LeBron over any guy right now. And I was like, yo, when the dude balling, he balling. I even gave props. I was like, well, they about to least up. Curry made a 3-pointer. And I think that's just like, no, I can hit threes at the same rate if I shoot them so much, but I'm not hating on them, I'm not dissing them. I'm telling the truth. And that's been proven. But he's the only one that say, well, this is my only little, I'm a 3-point specialist. He's like one of the only 3-point specialists. He took and just kept shooting. He said, I don't care if I miss 1,000. I'm gonna make 5 to 600. But if he's not the sole responsible person on his team for a win, so that's okay. See, when people talk to you, they won't tell you everything. See, they won't tell you, well, he did get 60 points scored on him. This is just going off the sub. You got 60 points scored on you. You scored 30. But the teams kept switching off and scored 60 on you. See, that part will be left out. You got that business, but I know where you came from. And then I heard your interviews. This people. You want those people to still care about you? And the first thing we would do, call you hater. That's why I say I mean what I say, and I know what I say and say what I know. Don't discredit that I know a lot of information. Because if you're going by that, the spirit, that's why I go by the spirit, because the book is a lie. A biblical is a lie. Because I keep seeing, I read those scriptures. People love like all the people that know all that information. Well, I'm sorry that I picked up the book to know that the United States of America was not first the United States of America. So you telling me, no, all the names, the United States of America, Unified States of America, the British colonies, and it's a federal republic. So knowing that, that's too much of knowledge that you should be wary of talking to me, right? And if you go into so what is the context that this biblical book is trying to say about people? That's great that they know knowledge. But spirit of, and I have the spirit of, but they don't know I know the spirit. I know when I'm going to be quiet. But right now I'm working within what I have. You only can work with what you have. You can't work with without you don't have. But you can have that same spirit towards it. Oh, I don't have this house, but that don't mean like I don't mean I don't clean up my apartment. That don't mean I don't keep this building upright, clean. That don't mean I don't do anything like outside of my house. Make sure the grass is good. There's no dirt, not dirt, but it's dirt everywhere. There's no paper lying around. Oh, I want a little tree. I don't mean I can't grow a little tree. See, there's a lot of things that you can do. You just limit yourself. See, I don't limit myself because I took away my limitations and I learned the power of oneness. See, I know within me, because if I didn't get power, I would be crazy to think if I thought like everybody else. Like, and I kept asking this transgender person, I was like, I know you transgender. That's why you battling me so much. They felt offended. So what they doing is start saying spiteful things. And I was ignoring it. And I kept ignoring it. Then I realized, I was like, hold on, do they? I wasn't offended. They kept saying ma'am and sis. And I was like, I just kept ignoring it. I seen it, but I was like, oh, I don't know if y'all confused. I'm not a ma'am or a sis. I was like, I thought they was because it was a person in between. I wasn't arguing with them. They thought I was, or they thought I was being heated. I was like, no, I'm asking y'all a real question. I was really asking them real questions. Like the picture had showed the family of a lady and her 3 kids at the younger age, probably like 8, 6, and 9 or 10. And then it was like it was 3 girls. Then it was older. It was it was her daughter as a man, a girl, and then the girl, because it was the mother, the daughter, daughter. Older, it was the mother, the daughter, and we was like, something happened. Transsexual, transgender, and looked like a dude, and he had muscles. You can see the cuts. I was like, oh, okay, cool. But then I was explaining to people, which I don't know how this even I don't know how anything I said got interpreted wrong. And this is how I say the inception that or the confusion or the context or the conception that people is choosing to leave. And then at the end, when they finally explained it, as I said, I need like some explanations. Like if you can't explain it, to me, it's not true. And if that's my biggest beef, but I guarantee you, I'm going to get real fire in my life because it's my life. I'm not going to get real fire based on the other person's life. I can't get far with Jay-Z knowledge or telling me. I still have to go do it myself. Donald Trump, President Barack Obama. I'm not going to get fired based on their knowledge. I'm not. Malcolm X, Brother Malcolm, Martin Luther King Jr. I'm not going to get fired. Maya Angelou, Marcus Garvey, Dr. Sebi, Dr. Miles Monroe, Pastor Joe Butts, Pastor Lionel Butts. I'm not going to get fired just from their knowledge. I still have to go live my life. 35 years, maybe 35 to go, maybe 40 to go, maybe 50 to go. Wherever it takes me, if it takes me. To me, I don't want to live 8 more decades. I don't want to see this. That's me. And I'm okay. And I had thought about this. I remember younger, it's like, oh, I want kids, I don't. Now if I don't, I'm cool. Because I know everything that all the young people, that's probably like 8, 9, 10, or whatever, however you allowed to watch things on YouTube and TV. To me, I see y'all watch Scandal and Empire, which I think that's very horrible, but okay. And then somehow you see this and you watch all of this. Make sure you stand for yourself. Make sure you knee for yourself. Make sure you pump the fist in the air for yourself. Make sure you love yourself. Make sure you cry for yourself. Make sure you have a heart for yourself. Make sure you do for yourself. Make sure you're strong for yourself. Make sure you have the power and the might for yourself. Make sure you honor yourself. Make sure you be wise for yourself. Make sure you choose for yourself. Make sure you think for yourself. Make sure you see for yourself. Make sure you hear for yourself. Make sure you talk for yourself. I say that with a purpose. This world not going to want you to do none of those things on your own. They're going to want you to follow a certain type of system or institution. You got to fit in. No, you don't. You are different. Because even our fingerprints on all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fingers. Thumb is a finger. I'm not going to play this riddle mess with people. That's why it's there on your hand. And if without a thumb, let me see you write. If you write like this, if you talk, if you've done certain things in your life, let me see you, whatever you used to, way you used to doing a lot of things, remove something from that area that you use it, and let's see you do it. You're going to have a hard time. So stop being stupid. That's foolish and stupid. That's what I tell people. And so what you're going to do, what you're going to see in life, they're going to tell you, yeah, you can't do this, you can't do that. Not all things you should do, but you're going to look at them like, I'm going to try to do it. That's the first thing to get you to come over there. You still don't have to do it. It's your choice. That don't make you stronger or weaker than any other person. That don't make you fail or a success or not a success. That has nothing to do with it. It's up to you. You don't fit in because even your fingerprints is different on each finger. According to what they say. I'm going to listen to that because you can see the print. All the prints are different. Even the way they circle. Even our palms are different. The same way. The same kind of outline, but they're kind of different. When you press them down, you look at them like, wow, the patterns are different. When you do the fingerprints for yourself, you put them down, you put something in your hands, touch certain type of paper, like, wow, that really is true. That's really true. But some experience is going to change. Just because a person felt a certain way, but that don't mean everybody living right. I know women that was very Jezebelish and got married and have a different life now. I know people that wasn't Jezebelish and has a different life now. Wow, really a different life. So, or whoremongers or wars. That don't mean that you stuck there for the rest of your life. But what I do is I sit back and just like, I pat myself. Make sure you pat yourself on the back. Make sure you hug yourself. Make sure you say you did a good job. A lot of people, I don't want to be in a lot of people's shoes. I don't know what she did or he did to get there. I'm not jealous. Like a girl, like a dude it's called hating because I seen his plight. This girl twerking her ass since 2007. She said 2007 and 8. No, it was 2006. It started off with 6 of you. I remember it. It was you and these 6 young ladies. Y'all was called Twerk Team. And she was just they wasn't doing nothing. They were just shaking her butt. But she did stand out. And her and the other girl, that's why and we started telling them, hey, put you 2, 3 in the front. Then the dark-skinned girl. The other 4 dropped all that. Like, well, we don't want to do this. Then it end up being 4. And then the big girl became the recorder. But she stayed around. We didn't mind. We liked the big girl. She had a little twerk in her pants. She slowed down. And the other girl, it became 3. It became Betty Butts, Miss Twerksome, and Lady Luscious. Found out Twerksome first name is Leslie. So Miss Leslie she just by herself to do it like for years. No man. Not a lot of men. Yes, you can. Usher's doing it. He's been doing it since he was a little kid. Michael Jackson did it. So I had to like trying to tell him, hey man, that's like not true, but I'll respect your plight. Women can. So the women that argue a lot of things is going to hurt them in the future. So that's why I say be okay with who you are. Because privacy. I'm doing a video. All in the world can watch me. Even if this was not a video or just a recording. I got a camera on my phone. If they wanted to, the people that's in charge of all these phones and cameras in your house, and you have an internet connection, or not even not, they can create a wave of of frequencies and connect you. They can start recording and watching you. That's what privacy done. But we like the Privacy Act, but you don't understand the Privacy Act in the long run. It can't happen. So if it can't happen, are we not going to make precautions or prevents? Put tape over your camera and your phone when you're not in use. So go like that. Put tape over it or make it blurry if you don't want nobody to watch you. Easy fix. They can still listen to you. Be mindful of your conversation. But I don't do a lot of things because I don't worry about it. Things I say, I would say to your face. No person have never met me like, OJ, you talked about me. OJ, you might say some other thing. You ain't got a heart. No. One lady kept saying I saying cold-hearted. I don't saying cold-hearted. I'm doing what you're literally doing, but in a way to make sure I am safe. So I like to use relationships and money because that's the best way we understand everything. So a man say, I'm not paying for nothing. That's him protecting him. But when a woman said, I ain't giving you none, or if he don't do this, that's what or I give him the wrong phone number, that's her protecting him. And I say, women, you can protect you, but he can't protect himself. Yeah, that's not what a man. Now we got this thing called, that's a man that pay all your bills. Who gonna pay all your bills on the first time they met you? Or the first time they meet you? Who's paying your bills? And the woman tell me, if you help me eat and you tell people, no, how is people writing this down? You like twerk some. She makes a lot of money off of me giving her a couple dollars to see some of her videos. This is an example. Like, that's funny. I never paid $1 for her video. No, I probably have. I don't remember. But I pay for other stuff. So it balances it out. And then those women that get mad, like, yeah, I gave you money. And then you'll get mad. They gonna get mad. I gave you what? That's how far your and it's not even always sexual. Cause I am very like I watch a lot of these women and I like to help. And a lot of them I don't be knowing. I'm like, oh okay. Then they'll put something or they'll send me like I see like certain things like, oh, okay. And then we chat. I know that's they little work like this like a stripper do or like an escort. I'm like, I really don't want sex or anything. I was like, all right, I generally just give her $30. I'm not looking for sex. Sex is gonna be more than $30 with her. I already know that. She know that. Like, all right, that helped her out for the night or the day. She just send me a video or want to hang out a couple times. Cool. It wasn't to really get nothing from her. But what baffled me, I was like, you got dudes. They got dudes. They live with dudes. Is you letting the dude pimp? You in the struggle and you getting pimped. I'm like, I don't. That's what I'm saying. My 35 years of life, I didn't know I met a woman. She just wanted to have sex with me. I was like, that's what they want to do? I met her offline. I don't know. No, this one, no. Actually, I met her in person. I'm like, wow, you just want to have sex with me. Okay. Came by. I'm the type of guy, like, you can say that, but I'm still like, it's not just gonna happen, whatever. And she really did, but she was like, she was like, oh, he really just not diving into the bed. I was like, let's listen to music. She listened to the music. Like, what you like? Oh, they play your songs. I was like, okay, we just playing this song. And then like, she just like literally like got up, like just got in my bed. Like really, that's what she really just came here for. And that was weird. And that was like and that was, you know how old I was? I was 28. My first time wasn't until 23, 22 going to 23. To my lady friend. That was her MO. Now she's married with kids. I don't know how happy she is. I really don't talk, but that's on her. And it's like things you're unprepared for. I never knew so many young girls was having sex in my high school or even other high school. They tried to dog the high school I went to While other girls in high school was having sex and having babies too, or just having sex. I didn't know so many dudes was having. I didn't know we was. Now we been supporting. I know the one girl, she's doing good. She was like a little sex addict. I ended up working with a guy that was dating her mother. Like he was telling me stuff. He wasn't dissing her. Cause I told him like I know Melinda. Like something was going on. Like oh I went to Kansas high school and something. And I was like remembering names. Like I know this lady. Like oh I with her mother. And that's how me and him really talked. And just other things we talked about. That was just funny and how she was. I was like, and then you start listening and watching people. It's like, dang. Then I remember this one girl in my high school tried to diss this one girl. Because then that's when the dudes talk about, oh, I'm exposing her. How you exposing her? She's sucking your penis and you came on her face. Well, I know you. I know her. I don't know her, but if I seen her, I know her now. I don't know how that's exposing her. Because then you like to call her names. Then what does that make you? Like that logic never makes sense. That's why I don't fit in when it comes to being practical and logical. Like if I say, well, she a hoe. If I'm dogging her, I have everybody have all means back to come dog me because it's like, well, you knew she was like that, and then dude was like, oh, I'm having sex with this thought, but if she having thought mean Jezebel, so they use the word thought. Now it's the word thought. Before it was the word hoe, and it was a word before thought we used, but it didn't last long. But it was a word that was always recycled into it because we kind of used it when we was growing up, and it went away, then came back, and then thought became the word. Like we use hoe a lot. Promiscuous, but that was more like the upper word because that word is pretty long. Like the professional word, like we say prostitute, hoe, whore. The whore was one of the words. So now like it's still Jezebel. It's just different names. They out here for us or dots. These hoes out there, corny, stupid. Okay, but that's the word that they like to use. And they'd say I did all that to dog her. And I'm like, but you had unprotected sex with her. I was like, that's nasty too. And if it's okay that, and then that's why I say young men and young women don't worry about it. Think about the people that all these people have been having sex with unprotected. Just think about this. The one lady that got a baby with this dude that cheated on her with 4 women. I mean, she acknowledged it, he acknowledged it, and it's truth. I don't mean some Maury Povich show. Think about this. He got at least 2 of them other ladies pregnant. It may not have been his, but you got to imagine the unprotected sex that's been going on. Just really put this in your head. I don't care what your age is. I want you to think now because it seemed like your parents sure damn sure not telling you. He just had sex with 4 women unprotected. 5, including the one that had the baby. Might be pregnant or not, but just think they all 5 unprotected. All 5 unprotected. So, and she get around. So, if the one he went to first had unprotected sex, she had, now I met 16-year-olds, 13-year-old girls, and I listen to them. I'm happy I take public transport. I get to hear a lot of things. And I get to expound and exhort as well to young men and women. And I get to get challenged and guided too, listening to them. Like, wow, oh, when I hear smart stuff or intuition or like intelligent, all right, I like that. Oh, I never heard that. Thanks for that information. I'll write it down. Or taking the Uber, a person I never met. Like that stuff don't, or being around different people, or going through an event with a neighbor that we can be friends. Be like, oh man, I apologize. I didn't mean to say it like that, but that's who I am. Because that's who you are. You're not gonna apologize. I apologize for what I only apologize for certain things. Like, I shouldn't have said that. Should have just kept it to myself. And it was apology to let them know I wasn't here dissing you or dropping you. It wasn't for like I was wrong. It wasn't because I didn't diss you or drop you. That's all. That's why I apologize. That's what morally I'm sorry. I didn't mean to diss you or drop you or belittle or like bash you in a way. I didn't attack you. I didn't want to attack you. But if you felt that, I apologize. Because that's not what I was doing. And so this lead girl, 13-year-old's been, I heard the girl, I've been with 9 dudes. She's like, I don't have sex with them. She's like, girl, yes, you do. You told me. Trying to say that in front of the dude, I guess the girl boyfriend. Because she been with like, I guess, 2 dudes. That's good. But the whole crew, the other girl got the bus. Well, other girls was like, I was with 5 dudes. Other ones like, I was already with 3 dudes. And she ain't just started having sex till last year. So, and she's like, well, the one girl's like, I've been with so many dudes, but I went down on so many dudes. And I'm like, so imagine the number that one girl, not the 4 over here. So imagine the 1 here, not the 4. He was with this 1, and she been with 10 dudes. He branches off and be with these 1, 2, 3, 4. She this 1 over here and him, it got 10. He got 1 and 1 and 10. 1 and 1, then, or it's 1 and 1 and 10. Then there's 4, and then there's him. He came from the 1, from the 10. Just like doing these little things. I know it look funny to you. Think about that. Think about that. Just really think about that. And y'all, and I kept telling my neighbor, I'm not mad. He's like, and y'all mad. And it's just easy. I'm mad I don't get pussy. You mad, young man, young women. You mad they not trying to sex you. You mad they're not trying to sex you. I'm going to say this one more time. You mad they're not trying to sex you. You mad they are not trying to sex you. You mad that they're not trying to sex you. You mad that they're not trying to sex you. That's why it never bothered me that I didn't have sex with a lot of women. And I had to think about that just so many recently. I was like, I could have had sex with more women if I threw who I was away. So they say once a good girl gone bad, she don't come back. When you leave who you are, you don't come back. Because you take away everything you thought was logical to you and possible to you to do this. So 1 was with 1. The 1 was with 10. He slept with the 1. The 1 branched off and is with the 4. That's not even counting how many they slept with. So that 1 man has 1, 2, 3, 4. Them women could have only been with just him. But she been with 10 men and him. She was with 10 men first, or still in between messing with 10 men. Why are you mad that you're not having sex with a lot of people? I want to understand this. I want you to understand this as well. That is not. If I can reach out to you women and young men, that is not a conquer. It is a conquer because it's a con. It's not a talent. It's not a gift. I'm a pimp by blood, but not relation. Oh, I got a disease by blood and I can't remove it. Never had an STD. I got scared. I'm happy. And I was like, that's what it feel like. So in that day 4, I started telling parents, before your child gets shot in the street, let's go do something about it. Before your child get ran over, let's go do something about it. I don't have children. But why do I got to check young men hollering at his mothers? And why is another man checking your son? Oh, because you're not around. Why you spread your legs? Oh, because he fascinated me. He manipulated your love. While you got a child by this one man, he having sex with this woman, and to get his way and to give him what he want, I'm not mad. Because I'm not the one doing this. See, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to challenge your mind to break free. Not freedom or free doom. No, to be freeness, to free of what captured you, what enslaved your mind, what made you psych. Key. Psyche with a key. Where's the key of your psyche? Open up your mind, you can find. So you got to shed some blood through them thin lines. See, that's war. That's coming for you. So you already let it in. Hi, you welcome. You let them through the door. Sat on your couch. You even poured the drink. You ate at your seats. Ate at the same table. You prayed together. You labeled with a name already. You called them your friend. So you was going to roll out. FRI, then you're going to get to the end. See? But that's how people is. That's what we doing. You don't have to fit in. You don't want to fit in. Your hands don't even fit in. So your legs not even, some part of your body is bigger. A lot of women right side is bigger than long, like droppier than the other side. Some women breasts are saggy. Some women are propped up. But you want to change you. You don't even know who you are. You want to put on a wig, and I'm always. Me personally, I don't talk to black women with blonde weaves. No. You put on a blonde weave, I'm not even going to, if I'm trying to commit to you, I'm going to look at you like, I don't know this person. I know I can't put on a blonde weave. I can. I think that's stupid. If we really truly say we love as we, and I like how the women that's telling the truth tell the truth. Women like, I put this wig on today. I didn't want my hair. Thank you for telling us the truth. But why is you wearing the blonde one? And I stop using that. Well, our ancestry. Nobody have checked into their genealogy or ancestry yet. I don't know if I came from Africa. I don't know if my ancestor, they could have been from Africa, but settled here already and got conquered while they was here. See, there's a difference between being enslaved and conquered. A lot of people that was already here became slaves. A lot of them got pushed to the south because the north, the north resources was plentiful. The south didn't have plentiful resources because the south only carried heat. The north seasons change, so a lot of abundance can come in the north. See, if you're not going to explain everything in the right, now I'm not going to confuse you, but I'm going to say it like how they say it, context, but the in text, you're not going to explain it the correct way. Why explain it? So if an area only always have heat, all resources are not going to be found in this area. So in other areas where there's always cold, there's going to be different resources. But areas that have multiple seasons going to have different resources as well. It's so much to be learned. Don't never limit yourself. You're not a limiter. Start really thinking about what you do. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, I guess you probably never thought about it. You know why I say that's nasty? Okay, I just suck penis. Okay, you just suck penis, man. You didn't give them your vagina or your booty hole. Booty hole is nasty anyway. That's feces, whatever. But yeah, you sucked a lot of penis. Notice right here. This is part of your body too. This chlamydia, these sexually transmitted infections and diseases, HIV, the AIDS, the chlamydia, the gonorrhea, the vaginitis, all of them out there, it don't have a place. We gave it names. So you know where it can go? It can go in your throat. Dude, like I ain't have sex with her. You ain't gotta have sex. We made oral sex a meaningful purpose. Well, she don't give you head, she don't love you. That came from a logic of who? A woman that just sucked penis thinking she can't do no wrong sucking penis if she's not giving up her vagina. That was to justify what she was doing. And then they helped justify, well, he a man. No, I got control. But I know in reality, you can't, a man, so going back, young men and women, if you're not if you're not the person that's desired, and this is not about validation. People keep saying you don't need validation. Yes, you do. How do you think your business take off? It's called marketing. That's a validation, right? See, I'm sorry, I'm too logical and practical because everything in this life, you are not alone, but you are alone. You're by yourself. You're not alone, but you by yourself. You are not alone, but you are by yourself. See, put some sense into that. Alone, price and value. But you are by your loan, LONE in that word, the translation and language of that word is to be with the A to yourself, by yourself. Like what I'm doing now. Like, and I even use the word by yourself to explain it because I'm by myself and nobody will hear right now. If I start choking or I need help, nobody can run to my defense. They're not for to be my defense. Alone is like you can put yourself alone by your actions. If you're always stealing from people that's helping you, after a while, they don't want to be around you. The ones that just keep you around, they don't mean they have a better hurt. They just have a better tolerance for yourself. I was going to say another word, but they just have a higher tolerance. That's cool that they do. As I say, people you're going to meet, you may not have a person, but I know I got a higher part of me from the creator to say, I know you gonna use me. I know you gonna use me because I feel it in my spirit, and the spirit is telling me, the creator, I'm gonna just let you use me and not say nothing, and see how you turn out, and then just find out like you use me. And you know the funny part, I had to explain to a woman. I was like, she said something, but I almost say it because I want to say what she said because that's gonna make me. We don't get hurt by that. She was kind of like, wow, you don't? I was like, no, we don't get hurt by the users. We get hurt by the people that spend that time to use you. If like if I met you and I say you was generally needing my help and you asked me, but then I find out you really didn't need my help, I was like, I know that already. But I could like, if you trying to use me, or and we like, just say we made a commitment, like, okay, I care about you, and you start saying words. Oh, you call me in the middle of the night. So you playing the part, you playing the game. I know you doing it, but it's like, why? Damn, you doing all that. Just be the user. It'll make it. That's when the hurt kick in. I get hurt by the women that's like, stop. You don't have to. Just tell the truth. I know what you're here to do. You just do it. Just do it. Like Nike said, just do it. Just do what you're here to do. I will be okay with that compared to you sitting here taking off, wasting my time. Just like I was the most recent one. She forgot about me. She ain't thinking about me unless she using me as an example. And I had a dream about her like a month ago. I know, and Kadeem Hardison had popped up, and I looked up stuff. Nothing happened. He got a new show working on, I guess. Good guy. And the one that played a different war, that was Dwayne, with Whitley. Dwayne. That's when they got that man. He a man. Like Dwayne, like Wayne. See, we don't be, that's the 80s. We don't, I know. That Thirsty came from the Ergo. The Jerk came from the Brotherly show. Yeah, I know. The Brotherly Love show of the Wayne and Marlon, Sean and Wayne, the Wayne and Brothers show. Episode, was it 26 or 66, Brotherly Love? He was doing a jerk. He always did that dance. He didn't get no credit for that. Then the Dougie came out. Dougie Fresh got the credit for that dance. And there's so much I'll be watching. The Lean With It, Rock With It came through on the Cosby Show. And they was doing it on the stairs. They was doing the Lean With It, Rock With It on the stairs. A lot of stuff. I'll be peeping stuff. Stuff's not new. That's why I laugh. Crumping wasn't new. Crumping wasn't new. Africans did it. We do it now. We've been doing it. It just had a different form. It got modified. It rose. It rise. Just like the name of the movie. I'm happy for it. And so much she was doing. And I told her, she kept worried about her ex. She kept sending herself. I was like, why is that bothering you? You open up like you still love him. And like the funny, the first time we talked, I'm like, this ain't gonna work. She's like, you broke up with me before we even started. I was like, yeah. Then we got to now. I was like, I told you. And after a while, you can say, when the woman said, I'm like, you kept telling me, I kept telling you, you kept telling me what? It's the beginning of getting to know you. It's a month and 3 weeks. Telling me what? You didn't even try to understand me. And it was hard for me to try to understand you talking about, I don't know your favorite color. Well, I didn't know that was so important to you the way you talked about everything else. Your favorite color was so important. So I said, for everything I can notice, I don't even remember what it was. And I said, unlike other dudes you've been with, this is not a game to me. I'm not. He had other women, so of course he gonna remember so many. And I was like, I'm not making an excuse for me. You keep trying to want a man to be a certain way. I said, good luck. And I said, you want a black man? You're not used to dating black men. You want a certain type of man that grew up in a certain type of neighborhood or environment. A lot of black men, I was like, you can even look at them. They don't want to be with black women, and it's not a colorism thing, because it's things that we've been nurtured and fostered and breeded to believe. Because you're doing it. I kept telling her, you're doing it now. You're not even giving me a chance for who I am. You kept giving me a chance for what you wanted me to be and see. You want me to stop hurting. And it's funny. I just met her. I didn't meet her. I met her offline. I'm at a job when they're attacking me for being friendly black women saying things about me. I didn't even know that. I'm sitting next to the girl and she made a mistake and said something. I was like, oh, that's what they think about me from then at this job. She did the other girl was like, you are a flirt. I was like, so I'm friendly. And I was like, wow, your hair look beautiful. She's like, you flirted with me. I was like, and I smiled like, yeah, I flirted with you. I told you was pretty. I was like, it wasn't like, I don't know. I ain't walked there. Oh, you pretty, you beautiful. Oh yeah, I want to take you. I told you that, of course. But no, I didn't do that to every woman. Cause but I'm friendly. But if I was mean, I would get a different story about me. I'll be all up in the booties. I'll be all up in the vaginas, right? I seen the dude get out of prison, and it's not an anger of mine. This is like a mind like I'm watching. I'm like, wow, this is. That's why I say to my 35 years of life. I don't say years old, because you're age. 35 years of age. You age to 35. You don't get old. That's a concept, and it's a put in your mind. It's a mentality. It's part of who you are. So hopefully, I don't like if you listen to a lot of them. I don't care if you don't listen to all 50 minutes. I'll listen to them. So that's just me. I like to hear what I said, and I go through. So I'm gonna start going over things that I wrote down, and I don't like to share everything and don't be so quick to share everything. You see, I don't say a lot of extra to a lot of what I say. You see, I even stop. You think I'm being incomplete. The enemy prepares for you in a different way. You don't prepare for the enemy in a different way. You prepare for him to just attack you. One direction, one way. He watches you. He studies you. He practices you. He got this perfected already. While you a beginner thinking you beating out the enemy. You think you doing, even what you doing behind closed door, the enemy, like, if the true enemy is yourself, but the other people that's going to come, they already know you doing that. That's been done. So why you think yours is going to be so much better? But I know with the community union, I don't really care about if they know. Because what I'm doing is focused on just for the people that they knew about before. I don't want them to guess what I'm doing. It's called community union. I'm going to literally go out in my community and show these young men and women and make movies and show black young women, show black young men, quote unquote, what we call black. You can be saved. Make movies when the white man, and it's going to sound funny, saving a little black girl. You always see Denzel Washington saving a little white girl, or Morgan Freeman or somebody, or the little white boy, The Extraordinary Life of Tiffany or Timothy Green. What about Tiffany Green? What about Tiffany Haddish? What about Cat Williams? Man, Cat Williams was working hard. Even the little mini dude, Kevin Hart. I don't like him. He just black people funny. Chris Rock said this. Black people, we find a way to kill each other before we even alive. This dude he made a movie called Paper Bag Boy. You ever seen that? It's stupid. It's corny. It's a hood movie. But I watched it because it was funny, stupid. And it was like, it wasn't his funniest stuff. So don't act like we don't start off in different areas of our life, but we really, that's not where our skill is at. Why do you think we're not so great at it? Because that's not where we want to be, but we took it on because it's like, well, this give me some exposure. And that's how we got to work sometimes. I don't like doing a lot of things, but this give me some exposure. This get me to my next level. It's not because I'm being a man. It's because it's I know it makes sense. To me, it makes sense. It's it's some things you do so you can get to your next spot. And that's not being a man or a woman. Because I've seen people that don't mean so being a man or woman to me is like you a father, you make sure all your kids is good through time and effort, not just through money. I don't like using money. Money don't have nothing to do with relationships. And if you make your relationship about money, you will never have a real relationship. What I say unto one, I say unto all. Even a relationship with yourself. It's your path, it's your journey, it's your choice. Choose wisely. Even the love of yourself. If you don't love yourself, you don't love nobody else. If you can't see an era, not ERA, when you have sex and the baby is created, that's not an era. That's not a mistake because you didn't miss it. You took on the action happened and it hit. That is called an era. And if you didn't want the child and the child is still a greatness, is a miracle. So people like, well, my mother said she ain't want me. It's not she ain't want you. That wasn't supposed to happen because she was being irresponsible. She wasn't a response to her ability. It wasn't adding up. But that don't make you less than. I don't even gonna feel nothing about that. I'm like, okay, so what? A lot of things happen in this world that wasn't supposed to happen, but it happened. It's here now, right? Let's deal with it and take it on. Did she treat you like that? No. What you mad about? Shut up. It's like as I got older, it's like things that like my sister, we like father said he ain't want her. So what? That's why her name is not the same last name as ours. So what? Move on. She gonna hold that in it, but my father ain't want to be around him. He don't call me. So what? I'm not worried about him. He talked to somebody in the family. He gonna hear the news. He gonna come around eventually. If not, I don't. That's on him. I can't. And it's like I thought that was how I was going to have a unity in the community. Everybody was gonna take. That's not how it was gonna work. You're gonna take two who want to be around. Even the parents that don't want their children. I'm not going to fight their parents. I'm not going to tell that child, I'm like, listen to your parents. You got to grow older one day. You got to age. That means you're going to be wiser. You're going to get stronger. You're going to get better. Whether she allow you to receive what I'm giving out or not, it's not going to determine your life. But I will let you know, look, separate your mother from me. Separate your mother choices from your love, your how you want to treat people. If you can start doing that, and that's what I would guide and challenge you. People say a guy was stating people that say they not in love with you no more, they never was in love. Well, from his logic, he was stating, well, that means you fell out of love. But you gotta think, love is an element. If love, this like take love as an element. To make up an element of water, what do you need? H2O, H2, two hydrogen and an oxygen. Imagine if it didn't have two, let's say it was one hydrogen and oxygen. You know, that's not water no more. It's an incomplete. So all the substance, sir, like people when they're like, is water wet? It's wet. If you touch water, it's wet. It's going to always be wet. You put water on water, is wet. I'm not going to but I'm not going to use no special explanation for that. But just like this is so easy, just like if water not wet, then what is water? That means is it a figment of my imagination? So if the person literally start taking all the elements out of love. So for me to for that woman to fall in love, I don't take her out no more. So she's still supposed to love me. If I go she still loves me. And it's going to be hard to get out of love. But just say I just stopped doing things. So all the elements, what make up, so in this case, all the substance of what I was doing to make her fall in love with me was little things, right? Well, it was little, not big. If only the big things, in which I notice are big things, they're not little things. I see people because I don't really see relationships start from a person just, I liked them because I just liked them. That's really small. That's how I like, I like you because I like you. I feel our connection, our vibrations is really connecting. Let's talk. We haven't got to talk yet. Man, I guess when we talk, it's explode, and that's what normally happens. I had that connection so great with a woman but it was funny. I was like, she's like, I could tell you don't like white women. I was like, I don't. But she was more not full white. She was like Sicilian or something. But it wasn't no African in her. I was like, I really like you. I was like, I would do this. Because you don't give off. But she wanted that. I want that hard man. I'm hard too, but I guess she wanted hard in the sense of way that hard supposed to look to her. So it hit off, but we didn't. But I had like that was the third closest connection to a woman I ever had in my life. And so, besides that, where's I going with that? Okay, the element of love. If he haven't taken her out, a month go by, he don't say I love you. He don't kiss her the same way. He don't talk to her the same way. He is ignoring her. How is that love possible to exist anymore? You have a good day. Love yourself. Don't be a lover of yourself. Think about that. If you can't fall out of love, because you could say that was lust, that was infatuation, but all elements in the substance that was there before is non-existent, but you're trying to keep them, you're trying to say that should exist. My love still should exist, even out of all the elements in the substance that are not there no more. I should say I love you. How? Shalom.